Hey, this is Danny B of the Boca Brothers, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, before I begin, I just want to let you know that yes, I used a model car in this video. Can you spot the model car? Leave us a comment below when you do. Let's get on with this video. You know, the 1970s was an era of cultural transformation marked by vibrant music, changing fashion trends, and a flourishing automobile industry that gave rise to some of the most iconic cars in history. For high school students during this period, the car they drove wasn't just a mode of transportation, it was a symbol of freedom, individuality, and style. Let's take a nostalgic journey back to the 1970s and explore the unforgettable cars that graced high school parking lots across the nation. This is the story of the cars we drove while in high school in the 70s. At number 10 is the Chevy Camaro. The 1970s was an era characterized by bell-bottoms, disco beats, and a sense of change in the air. For many high school students, one of the defining experiences of that time was the thrill of driving to school in their very own cars. Among the remarkable automobiles that graced the school parking lots, the Chevy Camaro stood out as an embodiment of power, style, and teenage freedom. With its sleek lines and impressive range of engine options, it was a favorite among those who wanted to make a statement on the high school parking lot. At number 9 is the Pontiac Trans Am. For high school students fortunate enough to get behind the wheel of a 1973 Trans Am, it wasn't just a car. It was a roaring embodiment of power, freedom, and rebellion. Cruising the halls of education and cruising the streets in this iconic muscle car was an experience that left an indelible mark on both the driver and the era. Decades may have passed since the 1970s, but the memories of driving a Trans Am during high school remain vivid and cherished. The car's legacy lives on as a symbol of an era marked by individuality, a quest for speed, and an unwavering determination to challenge conventions. Driving the 1973 Trans Am was an experience that forged memories, friendships, and a lasting connection to a time when the road stretched endlessly ahead and the thrill of the ride was all that mattered. At number 8 on the list of the cars we drove while in high school in the 70s is the Chevy Chevelle SS. Pulling into the high school parking lot in a Chevy Chevelle SS was a statement that commanded attention. The sleek lines, muscular stance, and bold grille demanded respect and admiration from onlookers. The SS badge on the fenders was a badge of honor, signifying that this was no ordinary car. Heads turned, whispers spread, and the car became a focal point of interest and admiration among classmates and fellow students. The Chevy Chevelle SS was not just a means of transportation, it was a hub of social activity. Friends gathered around the hallway, discussing everything from the latest music hits to plans for the weekend or who they were going to race. At number 7 on the list is the AMC Javelin. While the 70s boasted a host of muscle cars from the major manufacturers, the AMC Javelin brought something different to the table. Its distinctive, slightly offbeat design set it apart from the more mainstream vehicles on the road. With its sleek lines, dramatic curves, and innovative styling, the Javelin was an expression of rebellion against conformity, an embodiment of individuality that spoke to those who dared to be different. The AMC Javelin bridged the gap between mainstream muscle cars and the desire for individual expression. It allowed its drivers to embrace performance without conforming to the norms of the era's automotive offerings. Driving a Javelin to high school wasn't just about arriving. It was about arriving with a unique sense of style and a willingness to stand out of the seas of more predictable choices. Next on our list of the cars we drove while going to high school in the 70s is the Ford Mustang at number 6. Driving a Ford Mustang to high school meant making every journey an adventure. The sensation of acceleration, the grip of the steering wheel, and the wind in your hair as you cruise with the windows down. Each experience etched itself into memory. From the early morning drives that kicked off the school day to the post-school cruises with friends, every outing in the Mustang was an opportunity to savor the feeling of freedom and the thrill of the road. It represented a departure from the convention and a celebration of individuality. Driving a Mustang to high school forged your path, made you stand out from the crowd, and embrace the adventure that life had to offer. Hey, what car did you drive in high school? We want to know. Leave us the comment below and let us know. Also, help a brother out. Give the Boca Brother channel a thumbs up and subscribe. Let's continue with our list of the cars we drove while in high school in the 70s. At number 5 is the Ford Torino. Among the iconic vehicles that graced the high school parking lots at the time, the Ford Torino stood as a symbol of style, power, and undeniable connection to the spirit of the times. For those who had the privilege of driving a Ford Torino to school, it was more than just a car. It was a getaway to unforgettable memories, camaraderie, and a journey that resonated with the heart and soul of the era. The car's distinctive design and charismatic presence attracted glances. Oh, and there were whispers too, and admiration from fellow students. Whether parked in the lot or cruising down the streets, the Torino became a beacon of envy and curiosity, sparking interactions that forged connections among classmates and even ignited new friendships. At number 4 on the list is the Plymouth Barracuda. Driving a Plymouth Barracuda to school meant embracing a piece of automotive history. The car's sleek lines, just like the rest of them in the 70s, the aggressive stance and unmistakable curves exuded an aura of power and speed. As the engine roared to life, the deep rumble of the V8 was a symphony that spoke to the heart of the driver, igniting a sense of anticipation for the exhilarating journey ahead. The E-Body platform was Chrysler Corporation's answer to the Ford Mustang, Chevy Camaro, and Pontiac Firebird. As the last of Detroit's Big Four to enter the pony car market in 1970, the E-Body platform, the Dodge Challenger, and the Plymouth Barracuda had the benefit of cashing in on the trial and error of its predecessors. And in doing so, they ended up producing both Dodge and Plymouth models through the 1974 model year, well after the first generation of pony car models from GM and Ford had already vanished. At number 3 on the list is the Chevy Laguna S3. Now, if you were driving a Chevy Laguna S3 to high school, this meant you were really wanting to be different. The car's unique appearance turned heads and piqued curiosity wherever it went. Students and onlookers alike were drawn to its distinct features, from the elegant front end to the aerodynamic profile. It wasn't the most popular ride, but those fellow students who shared an appreciation for its style understood the meaning of standing apart from all the other more popular cars. At number 2 on the list is that Chevy Nova. You know, among the cars that graced the high school parking lots at the time, the Chevy Nova stood out as a versatile and practical option that resonated with a generation seeking simplicity, reliability, and a touch of style. The car's straightforward design and efficient engineering made it a popular choice for students who sought a no-frills approach to transportation. As the engine purred to life, it embodied a spirit of dependability, ready to tackle the day's adventures with steadfast determination. I would say that the Chevy Nova was one of my favorites. Well, we are at the number 1 position on the list of the cars we drove while in high school in the 70s. It is the Chevy Malibu. Okay, it wasn't anywhere near Mustang or Firebird status, but the Chevy Malibu struck a balance between blending in and standing out. Its unpretentious exterior allowed students to navigate the school environment without drawing excessive attention, while its timeless appeal commanded respect and admiration from those who appreciated classic American design. The Malibu's approachable nature made it a versatile choice, resonating with students seeking a touch of sophistication without the display of wealth and luxury. Well, that wraps up our story on the cars we drove while in high school in the 1970s. If you grew up like me and my brother did, we didn't get to own a new Camaro or Trans Am in the 70s. No, I had a hand-me-down 1978 Chevy Impala station wagon. That's what I was driving. But it was transportation. Hey, what car did you drive in high school? We really want to know. Leave us your comments below. As always, we'd like to thank those who support the Boca Brothers YouTube channel. If you're not a subscriber to the Boca Brother channel, help a brother out and subscribe now. It really helps the channel grow. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell for future Boca Brother video notifications. This is Danny B with the Boca Brothers YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week.